Larry and his son Danny invited me to bring my villain to Danny's house to install some limit straps in Danny's air-conditioned garage. It's summer in the Sonoran Desert, so this was an offer I couldn't refuse. Turned out my limit straps were too short. I was about to pack up and write this off as a failed project. No video today. Larry had something to show me first, and he rolled up the garage door to reveal Danny had just parked Larry's new supervillain right in front of the door. Was I surprised? You bet. If you've been watching Desert Villain for a while, you obviously remember Larry. From the very first time we saw the supervillain in Prescott, Larry was adamant, I'm not buying one. Well, apparently things have changed. Now it's time for Larry to tell the story of how the guy who repeatedly said, I'm not buying one, ended up buying one.
Larry did it. He bought the villain, the super villain. Look at that thing. Is that not beautiful? Wow. So why is it so clean?
I'm sorry, what?
Why is it so clean?
I just got it yesterday. Hey, you want to know the best part, Ed?
What?
You're the very last person to know that.
I know. Yeah, well,
Everybody knows.
everybody knows. Look at that thing.
Thanks.
So you traded in your villain in $5? Is that the deal?
Did what?
Traded in your villain in $5? That was the deal?
The price I got it, I couldn't pass.
Did you buy it from those guys?
Yes. It ended up they shipped the wrong one out. So they had to reship this thing. They gave me another $1,000 off.
And who'd you buy it from?
Outdoor Sports.
Where are they located?
Prescott Valley.
Oh yeah, you like those guys. I like those
Free
guys.
windshield. He knocked a little bit more off the extended warranty. So, and all the red is sitting in, will be gone.
I like the red. I think it looks awesome.
Oh, wait till you see it blue. I've already got the material for the seats. I got the paint for the rims, the bottom part, all the other red. And I'm gonna end up meeting the guy for the decals.
What are you gonna do for a spare tire? You're gonna buy another one of those lids like the other machine?
Actually, these rims are the same as what they're using in Polaris and Can-Am. So they're plentiful.
Okay, that accounts for how you get a wheel, but how are you gonna mount it?
The DRT.
Same thing?
It's super nice connector. Yeah, the one on my other villain
Yeah.
mounted like this and lifted up.
Yeah.
The one that they have now from DRT mounts right over this, creating a very large trunk.
And it still lifts.
Tire will fit right on there, and it lifts up.
Nice.
And if you don't want to lift it up, you just take that off.
And look at that, it's got a rear view camera.
Which I can actually have on as I drive.
Sweet.
DRT has just gone into partnership with Segway as far as making different things and different items for them.
Oh,
So it's starting, these things are selling like crazy. And I'm going to take you for a ride here in a bit. And you might want to grab a towel or a pair of diapers.
I didn't bring a helmet. He's gonna kill me.
Well, then you're not getting on my seat.
Wow. That's all I can say is, wow, this thing is gorgeous. I guess I'm gonna have to start playing the lottery so I can afford one.
Well, I wasn't going to buy it. And I told you why I wasn't going to buy it.
Because nobody needs a turbo or this much power for
No,
where we
because
ride.
my wife had bought the Harley, and I had bought Beetlejuice to give to Danny, which I did. I gave it to him on his birthday. And they both talked me into going with this. They figured I would use this more than the Harley. And he gets my villain, which is it got a ton of accessories on it.
So what's your first accessory besides the trunk lid tire carrier? Oh, that is so quiet. Who put a muffler on it?
Everybody wants to put a louder muffler on it because it sounds like a car.
I love
It is a car.
How much horsepower?
235 horsepower and 280 foot-pounds of torque.
It's a
And it's
beast.
funny because everybody's bragging and going off on these Polarises and the Z10s and the Kawasaki's. Kawasaki's got 250 horsepower, 145 or 150 foot-pounds of torque.
Where'd the torque go?
And if you know anything about engines, the amount of horsepower doesn't mean anything. It's the foot-pounds of torque that give you the go.
How much does this weigh?
How much does it weigh? I think it's just over 2,700 pounds. It's a little bit heavier, but if you look at this, bring your camera over here. Look at the A-arms.
Yeah, this thing's ready for abuse.
They built this like a trophy truck. Virtually, that's, if you go around and you look at everything, I mean, you got big Cayman shocks that are adjustable. We go around to the back and you look at that trailing arm. Look at it, look at that thing.
Yeah, that thing's huge.
Look at the radius arms.
Everything is beefy.
It has a seven-speed transmission, and it's a race transmission. So when it shifts, you remember when you had a stick shift, and you'd shift up a gear, just pop the clutch, you'd get that. You're going to get that here. As it slows down, this thing will literally chirp as it drops down a gear. Because when they make automatic transmissions for cars, the idea is to put more clutches in it so that shift takes a little bit longer and becomes smoother. Because driving a car, people want smooth. They don't want to be jerked like this. But race trucks, race transmissions will do this.
And you have paddle shifters too.
I do. I can use those. I can put it into where it's just strictly paddle, or I can use it as I drive, at regular drive. I can also use it to downshift or upshift if I want. So that gas pedal on this thing is touchy as all heck. Come on and take a look at this screen. Go get in on the other side.
Yeah, I think this takes care of tomorrow's video.
Jump in. Pull.
Yeah, you can't bend those.
I have the new material for this. Okay, I don't know, because I've only had this thing less than 24 hours. I don't have all this stuff down pat, but when you put this on, of course, being Segway, it takes forever for it to load. But your dashboard is identical to the Villain's. The only difference is this has 3 modes of shifting, and if you look, they have an LED across here. It's red now. This shifts into a red tint. That's your racing mode. If you hit it again, it'll go to a brown. This turns brown. That's your climbing mode. It'll only go first and second gear. And you can go full low lock in not only the climbing gear, but regular drive. You can go full 4 lock.
I like that you can actually see the angles.
Yeah, this is set up a lot different, but yet still somewhat similar. It has more information on there. And then the final mode with this is the blue, which that lights up blue, and your dash. That's your normal drive. Your shifter down here, again, it's automatic. It'll start up, and they recommend when you put it in gear, keep your foot on the brake, because this thing will jump as soon as it goes into gear.
Where's your parking brake? Just P?
Yeah, it's all electric.
Okay.
Comes with turn signals. It's completely street legal when it comes out. Outdoor puts in, they give you, outdoor puts on a windshield, and they give that to you. Now, the one thing I've noticed in some of the Z10s, those are nice looking machines. They don't appear to be built as well. And on the roof, you don't get a roof. And if you look at their roll bar setup, you don't get these. It just gives you square round. So if you roll over, there's nothing stopping your head from hitting a rock that may be protruding. At least this one will block some of it, or most of it. Kawasaki's are a hell of a machine. They really, truly are. They're pushing 250 horse, but they're on that CVT. And they had a hell of a lot of problems with that thing blowing up. All they've done now is built a cage around it, so if and when it does blow up, it doesn't shoot up through and kill your people in the back or, do more damage. So I'm not real sure with that. Can-Ams have I believe it's a direct drive transmission, very similar to the Hondas, which again are nice, but this is built by an auto engineer. An engine company is built by an automotive company. The transmission is a fully automatic trans. So if we go with this,
And it looks like you got speakers in here.
it has a radio. Okay, I haven't quite figured out how to work it yet. Because I couldn't find any channels, but I know if it's on your phone, because I'm already paired into it, it'll play like YouTube, ILO or iHeart Music, whatever you have on your phone. This one here, again, we'll show you different. It's hard for me to see it. This is the radio.
Yeah, Bluetooth music, it says.
I believe this is the GPS. Although, again, too.
Well, I hope it's better than the other GPS.
Well, this one's supposed to have an app in here that if you download it, it matches your phone. It mirrors your phone. So, yeah, this is.
Yeah, it has no maps.
Yeah, it's not in there, so I'm not. Again, too, I've got to figure out how to work the majority of this stuff. Got your phone? And I'll tell you what, did you call me and I didn't answer it?
Probably.
Yeah, this thing, it just blasted out. And I don't have a mic. There's no mic on this. They do have a mic that will hook up into the back of it that you can put in.
But you can use your Bluetooth earbuds.
You can do that also. I don't have Bluetooth earbuds. So, I mean, you've got the mic to use. Let's see, what is this one? I think, again, this will give you all of your other displays. There's a bunch of different things that this one will do. Over and above what you saw with the villain. And you know me, I love that villain. This brings in a little bit of heat. Right back in here is the intercooler fan. The actual radiator is about this long, or this big, by that up in the front. This radiator in here is to cool off the turbo intercooler, so you get a lot of heat. Now, Can-Am has a full roof scoop that comes in, covers this, that way the air gets forced down into this.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I'm thinking of doing the same. I found a hood scoop, actually it's off a WRX, that will fit perfectly up there. I can cut a hole here and then direct that air directly down into this, which will eliminate this heat from coming in.
Now the question is, how many accessories does Larry have to add before he is ready for a ride? Let's count the videos until we see Larry get his supervillain dirty. Hey, thanks for watching.